So this week we are actually going to get into images and links. So it is a more heavy week as far as content goes. Lesson 4 gets into CSS. So you just have to wait another week to make those pages look pretty, but adding images is certainly going to help how our pages look. So, first thing you're going to start with is the web-based readings, and they're all about adding images and links. And then I've also included an online editor called Lunapic that we are going to be using. Now, if you are using a different editor for your images, that's fine. I just did not want to require students to download software or pay for an editor when Lunapic is web-based and it's free, and it pretty much does everything that we want. Okay, so I've got links to different things that students like to do at Lunapic, and that should help you navigate through that site. And once you get done with those readings, then we're going to get into the lecture demo, which is split into 3 parts. The first part is simply on image formats and editing. So I do get into using Lunapic in here. Okay? We talk about the different types of graphics that you can create and then how to prepare graphics for the web. Okay, and here is a link to Lunapic support. And they actually have quite a bit of online help. Okay, and then I've got directions for basically resizing your images, making them a little bit smaller, how to crop out areas of an image. All these things can be done right at Lunapic. These are little screenshots from Lunapic. Okay, so we kind of walk through all of that. Okay, and we even get into doing some color correcting and enhancing photos. The HTML for images, now that you know how to get your pictures ready for the web, this focuses on the tags that you need to use to put the pictures into your web page. Okay, and so this is actually relatively short because we are just dealing with an image tag. Okay, there's a lot of attributes that you can put inside the image tag. And so we discuss all of those and what they do. And then with HTML5, we have a couple additional tags that can be used with images. One is a figure tag, one is a fig caption tag. And so we talk about how to use those. Okay, and then the third one is hyperlinks. So what I would do is I would break this into 2 separate sessions. I would do the images in one session and I would do the hyperlinks separately. Um, the hyperlinks get into creating internal links, which are links that take you from one part of a page to another. And then we get into linking to different pages. And you can link to your own page, which is a relative link, or we can link to a completely different page, somebody else's. And those tend to be what's called absolute links. So we cover how to create all of those different types of links. Okay, and there are plenty of examples. I also cover how to link to other content besides web pages. How do you link to a PDF? How would you just link to an image? How would you link to a PowerPoint? So all of that information is in here. So once you finish going through this, then you are ready to do the textbook assignment and the lab assignment. So the textbook assignment is a directive. So there are videos. A little warning though, when you download files, because quite often I will give you a page and graphics, and you have to download them, open them, and then edit them. And make sure when you download that you are right clicking. Okay, and you use save link as, or depending on your browser, it might be save target as. You should do that for the uh, graphics and also for any web pages that I have you download. So let me show you. Here's a web page. So you want to right click on that and save link as. Do not left click on it and then use a save command because that actually creates additional folders and it does all sorts of things that we do not want. So make sure you right click when you are saving. And then you'll notice that there are videos that kind of walk you through each one of these tasks. So when you are done, you are going to have a Mackinac photo page, a Yosemite page, and a Top Rock page. Okay? And those are what you're going to be transferring to the web. And the Mackinac photo page obviously is going to have a lot of graphics with it. But there's also a couple graphics in Yosemite and a graphic in Top Rock as well. So if you just drag your lesson 3 folder from your computer over to the web, everything that's in it should get transferred. Then once you've got it transferred, you are going to go into the textbook assignment Dropbox and submit done. It's really important that you go out and check to make sure that everything looks correct, because this is usually where upper and lower case makes a difference. So if you named an image in all lowercase letters, but in your HTML, you use a capital letter in the name, it's not going to display. Okay, everything is case sensitive when you transfer it to the web. So it is super important that you pull up all of your pages and your web addresses are going to be, they're all under my domain. So they're all going to start with lisaballback.com, and then it is just your username. Okay, and so I've got a user called Scooby, and you can see there's a couple folders. So you guys are in this class. Here's the assignment page. Okay, so this is where you guys need to go, and you actually need to click on these to make sure that everything displays and everything works. Okay, and if you click on these and you're not seeing a image, that tells me that something is miskeyed. Okay, the way that you named the image is not the same, or it could be that the media folder didn't get transferred, or the media folder, you may have named it with a capital M. Okay, and but in your code, you didn't use a capital M. So all of those things make a difference when you get them live online. So it's super important to check to make sure everything works. Okay, and once you've checked everything, you're going to go into the Dropbox and submit done. And then you're going to complete the lab assignment. And for the lab assignment, I do have video instructions that kind of walk you through what you need to do. But you're basically going to be creating a page, and the content can be whatever you want as long as it adheres to our Title IX and NMC Student Code of Conduct. So my example, I like big cats, so I did an example on big cats. And then I also did one on bridges. Okay, so literally this can be whatever you want, but your page needs to be on a theme. Okay, so whether it's bridges or big cats or domestic cats, it does not matter. Um, but you're going to need three web optimized images. And then for those same images, you're going to need three thumbnails. Okay, and so this is my big cat page, so you can kind of see how that looks. And so your thumbnail is going to be a link to your larger web optimized image. Okay, and so that's what I have. Um, you don't need to make up the content. I mean, you can actually retrieve, copy and paste content as long as you cite it. Okay, so I got content from a couple different places and I did give them credit. And here is my page. And just so you can see what that looks like. And this does not look pretty yet, but next week when we learn CSS, we are going to be modifying this page and we are going to make it look a lot better. Okay, so right now, what you need to do is get that HTML in there. You need to get your images, your thumbnails that link to the web optimized images all set up. And next week, we're going to be modifying this. Okay, so that is part one of the assignment. Part two, you're simply going to go in to your assignment page and you're going to create links to those pages. Okay, and so this is how my lesson 2 was converted to links, but this is all case sensitive. And in the past, I've had students, when they've created lesson 2, they put a space between lesson and 2. So, however you name that folder, that is how you have to key it in here. And if you saved bottom navigation with a capital B, that is what you have to put in here. Has to match exactly. Okay, but you need to put in the links. And then I'm also going to have you put a background graphic into the page. And I've got a site, PowerPoint background images that you can use. In fact, I have a video that you can kind of watch, and I show you how to kind of go out to that site, find a graphic, and download it. You can also go to basically any of the Creative Commons locations, and I like Pixabay. You can download a graphic from there. But chances are that that graphic is going to be too dark. So you are going to have to lighten it up a little bit. And so I have a video on how to do that at Lunapic. Okay, and then you're going to add that background graphic to your page. Got a video on how to do that as well. But this is what it'll look like with a graphic in the background. Okay, so there's a lot of videos in this lab assignment that should help you. And if you get stuck, if you have a problem, if your images aren't showing and you don't know why, or your links aren't working, please let me know. Make sure you've transferred everything to the web and then send me an email and I will go out and take a look. Okay, and it's not unusual in this assignment for people to have some issues with images not showing or links not working. That is part of our learning process. Okay, so don't hesitate to email if you need help. Once you have checked your lab assignment and it looks good, You can go ahead and submit done to the Dropbox. As far as resources, if you want to put an image in the background of your page, I've got a link to Pixabay, which I like to use. They have a ton of royalty-free images that you can download. But I have links to some other sites as well. And I've also got a link to a little more advanced feature of FileZilla. Some people want to, instead of keying in the host information each time, but I will tell you, you shouldn't have to key it in each time because you can click on Quick Connect and use that. But there is a site manager in here that you can add the FTP information to, and then you can kind of click on the arrow here and connect that way. So this little article explains how to do that. Here's a video that shows you how to do that, if that is something that you would like to learn how to do. Finally, I have a link to on-campus tutoring. There is on-campus tutoring on Thursdays. I think it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., but if you click the link, it'll tell you where on campus and the hours. Okay, so we do have a lot to cover this week, so please give yourselves enough time. And I really hope you enjoy adding the pictures and links. Have an awesome week, and let me know if you need any help.